Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say go so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time with things to go off my eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk. She must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl, most beautiful girl. Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look,
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace of her presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours.
Plus, the girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'm a go-getter. Since I'm a go-getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine, brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling night, killing time. I found a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen of Prestige, how on a day? What's going on? Hello. Happy weekend. D-Love, what's going on? Listen, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. How are you doing? Hello, everyone. Hit the like button as you're coming in. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. That's how we ping everyone else into the room. Hello, Jojo. Good morning. Good morning on your side of the world. Hit that like button as you're coming in. We're gonna jump right into it. We have a little bit of a lengthy thing to cover today. Let me just make sure that audio is good. Yeah, audio is good. All right, I checked it myself, but I see Toby and Tribe. Hello. All is well. That's good to know, my sister. Good to know. Mo Fresh is here. Hello. Welcome. All right, let's jump right into it. On this platform, we talk about relationships from a power standpoint. Okay, we talk about self-power, social, emotional intelligence, seduction, and attraction. If you haven't downloaded the book yet, you can grab it for free. It's available. Oh yeah, let me change that. By the time you get there, the 30-day boot camp is probably no longer free. So let me correct that right now. Okay. It's 30-day boot camp. The free book is free, it's still free. The book, the PDF downloadable version of the book is always free. You can get that at loveandprestige.com. If you're not yet a part of the WhatsApp gang group, notification gang, just join us at lolaandlola.com/WhatsApp. Or you can also send a text message directly to +1 732 305 8577. Yes, who's here? Obiajilu, welcome. Good to see you. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna be talking about Yul Edochie today. All right, the gift that keeps giving. All right, sadly in this way. This is not something we can really laugh about because a life was lost, unfortunately. Apparently, some kind of autopsy has came out, and they're talking about some kind of autopsy, and they're saying that it was a poison. Reportedly, it was a poison that deleted their first son, Kambi, right? That's what they're saying. But I thought we should talk about this again, bring us up to speed with this. Let's do some timeline review. Again, there's serious lessons in this for all sides, okay, of the gender, because we tend to make this about. I'm realizing small that I can't really avoid the gender war thing. I might as well just address everybody from that standpoint, okay. I think gender war is terrible. but I also think it's natural. Anytime you have a group of people, culture, race, gender, anything, there will always be enemies that will try to use that to create a divide. So we need to be aware as opposed to running away from it. Okay, there's going to be enough lame people that will try to use gender to create divide. That will always be their rhetoric. It's the men that always do this. It's the women that always do this. You know what? Let's face it with our full chest and talk about them, right? But on all sides of this equation, there are tons of lessons to learn. Okay. Hello, Favor. Good to see you, Favor. Welcome. All right. So they're saying that there is, but before we get into that, let me bring us up to speed. Who is Yul Edochie? Yul Edochie is the guy with the red thing in his eye. He's the father. He's supposed to be the father of this home. And he tried to marry a second wife. He did it the wrong way. And, I've always made my stance known about this, that this guy is not really a polygamist. Because this is not how to do it. He did it completely wrongly. And it's backfiring right now. And sadly, in the midst of the whole story and the drama, the life of their first son was deleted. Hey, Keeper, it's good to see you. And I thought we should talk about it today, okay? So we're going to go through a quick timeline, okay? The reports are also saying that May, the original wife, has filed for divorce, and she's being granted everything that she wants. This story started a little while ago, a little bit over April 2022. Right now we're in what? In July 2023. Okay, so it started April 2022. So I'm going to drop a quick timeline here and there to, just so we can get, shout out to Daily Post. I was able to gather this headlines from there. Okay, so this started as a matter of fact, let me see. Let's say, in January 5, 2022, there was a report of Yul Edochie celebrating the 15th birthday of his first son. Sadly, his first son is no longer here. Okay, no longer here. But we're gonna get to that part of the story. But the whole drama that's going on right now started on or about April 27, 2022. All right, and this was the news that broke out, and you could see the reply of May Edochie, who was the first wife. All right, she's the one sitting in black behind our children, towards the back. And this was this picture right here. Let me pull up the picture. This picture right here. So Yul Edochie came out and basically announced and said, let me just read it. It says, "It's time for the world to meet my son. His name is Star DK Munachimso Yul Edochie, born by my second wife." So he did like a 2-in-1 announcement. He announced he has a second wife by the name Judy Austin, and then he has a newborn child, and then he says, "And I love him so much as I love my other children." He made this announcement, and 55 minutes to 13 minutes apart, so about 42 minutes later, May Yul Edochie, the first wife, the only wife, original wife as far as legality is concerned, she replied under that comment, says, "May God judge you both." Now, this reply right here seems like she had an idea something weird was going on, but she got a lot of people are claiming that she found this out on the internet like everybody else on social media. And she said, "May God judge you both." That was her reply 42 minutes later. Okay, so that's that. All right, let's get back to it. So this is April 27, 2022. This was a little bit over a year ago. This is when this happened. If you're just coming in, announce yourself, I beg, and please hit that like button. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. As you're coming in, hit that like button. Okay. All right, so what next happened on this timeline? Okay, so again, I'm pulling this up. So it's on and about, not the exact, it might not be the exact dates. Okay, on or about April 28th, like a day after, he says to the internet, he says, "My first wife remains number one." Yul Edochie to critics. That was a day later. So what does that tell me? This was a guy that had an obsession to be right, had an obsession to do shalaye, and if you know anything about shalaye, they don't work. Okay, they don't work. All right, so on April 29, 2022, another day after, one of his brothers came out and basically said, you know what, we told y'all not to do it. Okay, we told y'all not to do, Yul, let me call him Yul. We told Yul not to do it. He did it anyway. Have you ever tried controlling an adult when it comes to relationships? Good luck with that. Now, he's right. You can't really control adults. This is why controlling strategies between husband and wife or couples, romantic partners never work. Okay, if you don't have influence, you don't have influence. It is what it is. You need to learn how to have influence. If you can't have influence, you will usually probably try to engage controlling tactics. It didn't work. It backfires, it gets worse, right? That person will end up resenting you. All right. So, but beyond that, I'm reading beyond this. Like, if you read behind the scenes, if I were to guess here a little bit, it also sounds like somebody who is a coconut head, as known by his own brothers, his own siblings, his own family. Like, the tone of this comment says, like, listen, beyond just, you know, you can't tell adults. I'm smelling that he's trying to say, because he should at least be quiet 2 days after, right? He should at least be quiet, allow an adult to do what they do. He came out to say, you know what, I warned him. He's saying something even deeper. He's saying this guy is a coconut head. Okay, so that was April 20th. That was 2 days later. All right, so we're going through the timeline. Okay, on May 6th, May 6th, 2022, what happened? Okay, yo, speaking of coconut head, what did he do? He went to Instagram or whatever, on internet somewhere, and he says it feels good to be most talked man on the internet. This is a guy who is going through crisis in his family, made by his own self, you know, with the terrible announcement that he made. Not because his practice of polygamy, is the way he announced it. It's the way he's going about it. There's nothing wrong with polygamy if you can figure it out. It's the way he's going about it. Okay, I've always told you, the modern man is not set up for polygamy. They don't have the resources, not just financially, emotionally, to carry polygamy. That's in addition to the fact that they never really learned anything from the downsides of polygamy, even in past ages, right? So if you go back 40, 50 years ago, have you learned anything about the downsides of polygamy, or all you're doing is justifying it? You just say it is the best. No, how do you know? Because the people that actually went through it, they don't say it's the best, right? So even if it's such a good practice, right, first of all, we need to ask, why did it disappear in the first place from most people, right? And then if we're going to do it again, we need to mitigate whatever the downside, the risk, right? But most people trying to do it, they're just trying to squeeze it in, kind of like how this guy did it. You know, same way they did it, you know, and it doesn't work, okay? So this was the post. He said, I no go lie. That means I won't lie. It feels good breaking the internet. Hey, I forgot to say, Yul Edochie is one of the finest actors in Nigeria, okay? Let's not get that twisted. But, you know, pride is a bastard. Pride can pull anybody down from anywhere. I don't care how high you go, right? If you don't move with some humility, you can absolutely self-destruct, okay? It feels good breaking the internet. Most talked about men on the planet. That's what he said. Yes, some of the biggest videos on this platform to date is, we're talking about Yul Edochie. So the question is that, what is this becoming for him in his personal life? Is this really a good thing? You know, that's the real question. Hey D, good to see you, D. How are you? Hope you're doing well. All right, we're doing a really quick catch up on this autopsy and divorce news. Okay, but I'm bringing us up to speed with some of the events that have gone. Okay. All right. So what's the next thing? On May 10th. Yul Edochie's first wife reacts to husband's video. Okay, so he came out, he made some video talking about whatever, the dragging, blah blah blah, but the wife came out and said, hey, my family faith do not support polygamy. Okay, she's making it known that she will not be taking part in polygamy, essentially. It looks like he was trying to squeeze her into the practice of polygamy, to be sister wives with the new wife, and she's not having it. And she came out and said she's not gonna play that game with him. You know, he also put out pictures like this of her. This is May right here, and under that picture you will see it says, let's see what it says. It says number one. Okay, so he was trying his best as at that time to see if she would accept to be in a polygamy, but she's saying no, and she maintained that stance. She continued to maintain that stance, right? All right. So now, then he came out and then made some comments about why he decided to take on a second wife. This was on June 3rd, 2022. Okay, on June 3rd, 2022, the reason why he decided to take on a second wife, right, in 2022, right? Now we know that it doesn't. Most men can't do that, that's just the reality, right? Again, like I said, they don't have enough resources to maintain polygamy, right? But he says, at this stage in my life, I think it is possible for a man to love two women because two women can contribute differently to the man's life, okay? Now, he didn't really say anything wrong there. It all depends on what he means by love, right? Sometimes what you mean by love is that this is the mother of my kids, so I love her anyway, right? If that's what he's saying, then I love her anyway is not the same thing as loving your woman. You're like, I love you anyway. It's like I just like it's different from I love my wife, right? Those are two different things. And he goes on to say, someone cannot come into your life and make so much impact, and you just cannot let this person go. He's talking about his concubine now, right? He's giving the excuse. He's doing shalaye. He's explaining himself to strangers, essentially us, right? Monitoring spirits. And he said, and you just cannot let this person go. Of course, a lot of people would say, as a married man, why did you allow a woman to come into, let me see, what did he say? Why did you allow a woman to come into your life? I said, it is wrong, and I take the blame for that. The question is that, is he really taking the blame for that? Is that just by words, right? This is why he was getting dragged. At this time, he was getting dragged heavily on the internet. Okay? He was getting dragged heavily on the internet at this time. Hello, Socom Kolia, Breast Cancer Foundation. She says, so if another comes, he would love. Let me see here. Then he continues, said, these things happen. Let's be honest. It happened to me. I realized I just could not let this wonderful woman leave my life. All right. So again, this is just basically admitting that he was making an emotional decision. Emotional decision is decisions you make off of how you feel now. You don't consider everything that can happen 6 months from now, 9 months from now. In hindsight, we've seen a lot that has happened in 1 year and 3 months or so, right? And we're going through that timeline right now. But when you make a decision off of how you feel right now, if you're that kind of person, you will always fall into this kind of situation, right? So he realized that he could not just let a wonderful woman leave his life. A wonderful woman based off of how he felt at that time, right? But in hindsight, to the public, at least for now, it seems like it was a bad idea. This was him and his wife before all of this happened. Okay? Fun moment with my angel CEO extraordinary, May Yul Edochie. So a lot of people didn't realize she seemed like she was a hustler before all of this happened. She was hustling. She had businesses and things were happening. She became more popular because of this dragging on the internet by her husband. Okay, but let's get through it. He continues. This is the continuation of the statement is making, giving shalaye and excuses to why he decided to practice polygamy even though his own immediate father did not practice polygamy. You have no idea what polygamy is, but you want to practice it. Why? Because on paper, it sounds good. You have two women in your corner and you can love them at the same time. Again, everything sounds good on paper, right? Until you try to execute or practice it. And then you see how that works, right? He says, these are very wonderful women in their own right. I think it was pandering at this point to at least one, if not both sides of the ladies he's engaged with, right? These are very wonderful women in their own right. They bring different things, right? Hold on. Sorry about that. They bring different things to the table. You can actually love two women. A man can actually love two women at the same time. Again, you're explaining yourself. If you can actually love two women, he was explaining himself because we know the story now. If you can actually love two women, all you have to do is love those two women. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. If you're having to explain yourself to to anybody, it's not working. It wasn't working. It hasn't worked since, right? We're talking about 10 months ago now, right? Is it 10 months? About 12 months? Yeah, about 10 months. Yeah, this was something he posted on. Let me see. When was this posted again? It was posted on June 3rd, 2022. About 11 months ago. Okay? But now I realize it is possible. I called the cap back then. Yeah, we're going to call the cap again, right?
Stop the cap.
Yeah, it's not working. It did not work. Go whack. You know? And that's why it's still being dragged on the internet today. So on September 24, 2022, we're just going through the timeline. If you're just coming in, help me hit that like button. Help me hit that like button. I appreciate you if you're just coming in. Thank you so much. Hello. Let's see. Before I go to this, Favor says, and the wonderful woman was even someone's wife then. At the time, was somebody's wife, you know. So, wonderful, my foot, another man's wife. Hish. Ouch. All right, Chidima, how far are you there? All right. So, again, published on September 24, 2022, I'll never accept polygamy. Okay, that's what May said. She said she will never accept polygamy. Okay. Let me see something here. Let's see here. Yep. She said I will never accept polygamy. Basically, that's May. And May is the lady in black. She's the mother of those three beautiful kids. She's right behind them. She's the wife of Yul Edochie. Still, we heard that she's filed for divorce. You know. But yep, that's what we've heard right now. That's the new report. Let's see here. So on September 24, 2022, she declared that she would never accept polygamy. Hey D, hello, Auntie B, how are you, ma? Shawapa, Muau, I did here. Yep, we did here finally getting to this topic, you know. So yeah, so let's get through this. So we're just going through the timeline, okay? So on September 24th, she said she would never. Here's the statement. Here's the full statement. Well, not the full thing, but some of the excerpt from the statement she made. And she said, beyond all the necessary facades, polygamy is a life choice, and no one should be compelled to accept it, she said. Okay, and then she goes on to say, let's see, I'm dropping it as I go through it here, right? It is something I think all parties, okay? It is something I think all parties involved should embrace willingly. And it's okay for anyone who chooses it. Like I said, polygamy is not a crime, well, in Nigeria at least. If you are using traditional customary wedding marriage type of deal, right? It's accepted. It's okay, right? It's not, it might be illegal. It's not necessarily a crime. It's not necessarily wrong. But most modern men do not have the resources for polygamy. Why? Because it takes more than just money, okay? And at the very minimum, you have to know what the downsides of polygamy were, when it was being practiced far and wide, right? But most people usually try to do it to cover up adultery, fornication. They try to squeeze in one, and it just never works. It backfires. It goes wrong, So that's what she said. Let me see. Solom Collier says, "Who wouldn't divorce a Mongopai like you? To fiakwa wahala." She goes on. May Yul Edochie, as she's still known as today. She goes on to say, "However, I am absolutely certain that I will not be numbered as a wife and be cajoled to accept a practice that does not align with my faith and family values." Okay, now on my birthday, my last birthday, November 3rd, on or about that day, November 3rd, 2022, Yo makes confession and reveals his new calling. Okay, was this the day he said he was going to become a pastor or something? I think that was the day he said he was going to become a pastor. But he's been making confession here and there and all kind of stuff, confusion. By the way, there was once upon a time, I think a year before all of this drama started, he also, I think 2020, he announced he was going to be a president. He's an ambitious guy, I must say, as opposed to focusing on what he does best, which is acting. He's known for acting. A lot of people love him for acting, right? Anyway, December 21st, just before Christmas, he apologizes to May, his first wife. And this was the apology. I'm going to read it to you because I think it's probably too tiny. And this is what he said. "To my dear wife, Queen May Yul Edochie, I acknowledge that I hurt you deeply, and I've apologized to you countless times." Okay? If you have to apologize more than 2 or 3 times, there's a good chance that apology is not working and you're making things worse. We've always said that here. Anyway, let's continue. "I take the blame for my actions. I agree with you that polygamy shouldn't be forced on anyone. You never bargained for it. From the beginning, neither did I." Okay. "But I guess life happens." Well, it's okay that life happens to you, you take it, but not exactly happening to her, right? You already know the whole story. "I didn't do it to disrespect you." There must be more to the story that we didn't know, that we don't know, for him to say that, right? "I didn't do it to replace you, nor because I do not love you anymore. No, I have always loved you and always will. I've been a good husband and a wonderful father. I've supported all your hustle from day one. I've been an exceptional father to our children till date, making sure they lack nothing and always there for everyone. Out of 100, I have done 99 things right. Hating me because of one thing isn't the best. Isn't the best. Nobody is perfect. I'm not, you're not. Nobody is perfect except God. I assure you that nobody is trying to take your place. I have apologized to you countless times, sincerely from my heart. I'm sorry. I've always loved you and always will. Butuo unwayi oma. Butua unwayi oma. Unwayi oma. I'm trying to... Just leave me alone, okay? We can live peacefully and happily. They can live peacefully and happily. That's what he said, oh. Atibi Sapola, is your attention to details for me. See timeline, Omo. I have to do research. We bring people up to speed, me. Bring us up to speed. Not everybody, believe it or not everybody is following this story from the beginning. So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, all of you now. Yeah, I'll try not to attempt it again. Chidima, I'm sorry. How is he the one scoring himself as a father and husband? I can. Yeah, we addressed this in the past. 99 over 100, he only missed 1. Omo, this guy in a character, na real life character, But yes, let's continue. By the way, the comment on the screen that says "no direction lost" is something the daughter said recently. Sadly, when she came on the internet, reportedly, allegedly, everything on this platform is alleged, just so you know. All right, so he goes on March 26th. Okay, so all along he kept making statements and just talking, mostly out of his ass. It's mostly shalaye, and when a man is not sure of himself, he can't lead anything. Okay. The feminine energy is not supposed to be sure of itself. It's supposed to just rest and be beautiful. But masculine energy, which is a much needed energy to create a sexual polarity in a typical man and a woman, when it's not sure of itself, everything will go chaotic, because there's nothing else that will bring the structure, the security, the order. Nothing else is going to bring it. It just gets really, really bad, you know. So Yul is just a lip service. Mongo Park, his head is full of rotten coconut water. Wahala. See dragon. Anyway, so he said only a man with 2 wives knows who owns his heart. What was he talking about? This was on March 26, 2023. This is a little bit more of that statement. Okay. He said, hold on one second. He said, who owns a man's heart between a woman who is good? Okay. They always tend to think about everything in terms of the binary as well. Okay. Good or bad, black or white. They can't think beyond that. Not like, listen, I'm taking sides. That's it. You know, they can't think beyond that. They can only think in terms of black and white. So even when they make mistake, part of the fact that the world is not black and white, they still try to justify. That's the whole point of justifying. Let me push it to good or bad, right? No, bro. If you're going to pick a side in this one, it's bad. Clearly, based off of the results we're looking at, right? Anyway, it says, who owns a man's heart between a woman who is good in bed, and another who can cook? So who is good in bed? What was it saying? Because even this part, I missed it back then. This was March 26, 2023. And by the way, that's this year. And that seems like a few days before he lost a son. When we get there, we shall see. It says, ask the man. Only him can answer the question. Owning a man's heart doesn't come from cooking or being good in bed. There's more to it. See, this is mouth diarrhea. It's talking too much. Too much talking. Like, we already have an idea what's going on with his family because he exposed it. But then it wasn't enough. And sadly, 4 days later, okay, around 4 days later, Yul Edochie lost his first son, Kambili Chukwu, lost his first son, right? Sad, very sad, right? We did a few sessions here, live sessions here, talking about the way this guy is moving. Polygamy is not the issue. The fact that you cheated is actually not the biggest issue here. It's the way you are reacting to crisis that is the issue. You're making things worse than they need to be. Okay? I'm not a fan of judging or condemning people. I don't know if you can tell yet. Because we're still here and life is still going, right? And who knows tomorrow? We don't even know the next minute, right? But I can see clearly, many of us can see clearly when somebody is moving mad. Okay, we can see it clearly when somebody is just moving crazy and they don't want to hear anything, right? Now, is it because of that he lost a son? No, life happened. He lost a son. We don't know why he lost a son. A report was just made a few days ago that there was a autopsy. Allegedly, autopsy came out, results saying that because it was poisoned, right? Some people say it was poison in school. Some people, like, it's all kind of news out there, right? We don't know. Bottom line is that they lost a whole human being, their first son. On April 11th, you would think, is this the rock bottom? This is why I did a session. I think that's when I did a session called, is this the rock bottom? He went to his Instagram page and he deleted everything off of the Instagram page. Took everything out. You know, sadly. Okay. All right. So we have some big supporters here. Just so you know, we have, if you see scrolling to the screen, we've listed our members who are the channel sponsors on the screen. So please take a look at that and help us thank them when you see them in the chat. Okay. Thank you so much. On April 11, that same April 11, there was some rumors flying around that they did a DNA test of the alleged second wife, the new son that he announced that the child did not belong to him. That was never confirmed. As far as I'm concerned right now, that is still rumors. Okay. On April 27, he broke silence. Okay. This was a few months ago. April 27 is how many months ago? We're in July. We're not yet July 27. So we have June, right? We have June. So let's just call that half. We have June, May. Okay. So it's not even up to 3 full months yet. Okay. That he lost, right? April was not up to 4 months. Somewhere between 3 or 4 months, right? He broke silence. He said, I can't question God. Okay. I can understand that. But he said a couple more things about his son. 15 years old. Okay. Well, 16. Because I think he turned 16 in December. Okay. It says, you were so excited. It's talking about his son. You were so excited. You told me you won a gold medal in swimming. I congratulated you. We joked. Let me see here. We joked about your height. There's the rain coming. We joked about your height. Then you left for school in your ever cheerful manner. And you never came back home. It's crazy. Every time I imagine that, that's crazy. Now, I couldn't do a live session when he lost his son because, I don't know, that was just weird. That was a very weird event because I had said a few things on this live show, the way it was moving, and, I'll tell you a quick story. I'm going to have Bola's husband, Markins, here on Monday. He was supposed to be tonight, but we postponed it to Monday. When I first came to America, I used to live with Bola and their family. We've been family friends since, like, I've known them all my life, essentially. Okay, like literally, her father picked me up from the hospital when I was born. And when I first came back to America 25 years ago, I lived with them. They had a cat, and I'm not used to having pets in the house. So I would just look at that thing sideways, like I'll be looking at it sideways. I don't know. It must have been like a few weeks later or something like that. This thing got hit by a car on the streets, and they brought the dead body, and I felt like, Jesus Christ. And it kind of hit me for a second, like, whoa. Like, like a little bit of guilt crept through me, like whoa. Because I was side looking that cat. I never really liked the cats because not because of the cat. I wasn't used to pets in the house, I had that same feeling when this guy lost his son. I'm not comparing the whole human being to a cat. I'm just saying, I had that feeling where I'm like, the way you're moving, it's not because what I said can make bad things happen to you. It's because bad things will happen in life, period. Don't wait until these life events happen before you are humbled. Keep humility very close to you, because all of us, we have pride, and sometimes we'll cross the line with our pride, right? And because of that, you want to stay humble so that you don't wait until life events happen to actually humble you, because people will call you out for it, And I didn't want to come on a live session and be saying I told you so for that type of event. It was weird, okay? Because I don't think it was a told you so. I think it was just life that happened, unfortunately, in that way, But yeah, that's that. So he says, I can't question God, my dear son, just 16 years with us here on earth, but you made your mark. Toby said, sometimes when you are trying to explain yourself, you end up making mistakes. The type of mindset you have will end up being exposed. Yes, you tell on yourself all the time when you talk too much. That goes for all of us. Okay? You will tell on yourself every single time. So the question is that when you do tell on yourself, are you creating more damages, or is that a good thing? Or are people saying, I knew it, he's such a beautiful person? Or people saying, yeah, we're it. right? So anyway, really, like it's like which one? Because people will be able to tell regardless when you open your mouth, right? Usually after a few sentences, statements. Imagine how you're just talking and talking and just talking. It just gets worse and worse, you know. And then, Judy mourns husband's first son a day after he broke his silence and made a beautiful statement about his son. Judy, the alleged second wife, decided to say something. She said, Judy, what did she say? God knows best. Okay. God knows best. When she said that, I'm sure it was a longer statement. She went under attack. Of course, people are like, are you mad? Who called you into this mara? Are you marrying? People said, let me see. Oh, I don't have that statement here, but basically people attacked her. Okay. People attacked her. On May 4th, Yul came back on the scene and he said, your love, concern over my son's deletion is overwhelming. Okay, I guess he was thanking his fans. Okay, and then he said, I thank you all for the condolences, visits, calls, care, and prayers you all offered my son and my family. The love and concern have been overwhelming. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you from the depth of my heart. May God bless you all abundantly. Thank you. All right, on May 5, Auntie Judy Austin decided to come back and say another scene. She said, great men face great challenges. All right, so now remember, keep in mind that she's not yet accepted into this family, okay? But she decided she wanted to keep running her mouth, okay? She says, good evening all, you are late. No, I didn't say, you said it. Welcome though. How are you doing, my sister? All right. She continues, okay, SZDK. What is SZDK in Igbo? What does that mean? SZDK, you're a great man. SZDK, you're a great man, and great men face great challenges. Your life is in God's hands. Trust that He will lead you always. Remain strong. Yeah, Chiniman says 3 sets of children are being potentially damaged by all these shenanigans. Watermelon's children with Mr. Obasi, May's children, and Baby Star. Does no one care about these children? God help them. Listen, it is what it is. Especially if the parents are saying exactly that. Shout out to all 100 of you listening to me live. Oh, SZDK means great king. Oh, awesome. Okay. Nonetheless, we will be extracting these lessons. Okay. Let's see here. Well, because she was being attacked, she decided to come back and attack back. You know, lashbacks. What do they call them? What do you call it? Back. What do you call them? What do you call when you say the celebrities are backlashing? There's a way they say it. Is it lashback? You know, clap back, clap back, right? Hello, Yvette. Welcome. No worries. You're never late. We're here. Okay. Clap back. Yeah. And this is, she said, I'm just going to read it. She said, to the people who hate me, you curse me, who attack me without knowing anything about me. Yeah, we don't know a lot about you. I want to say a very big thank you, because without your curses, God won't be blessing me as much as He is blessing me now. This was on May 10th. Okay. May 10th. How far is May 10th from March 30th? So we have, forget March, April, and 10 more days. Literally about 40 days later, this woman was doing clapbacks on the internet, with online trolls, right? Without your curses, I wouldn't have come this far in life so soon, so fast. So I'm thanking you for making it your duty to lay curses on her every day, and by so doing, giving God the reasons to bless me every day without me working for it. Without me lifting my finger. You hate me, but I don't hate you in return. Instead, I love you. God said we should love one another, even those that are attacking us, fighting us, persecuting us. We should love them. So I love you, and I have nothing against you. From the bottom of my heart, I have nothing against you other than love. Now, obviously, this is lame behavior. Okay, lack of social skills whatsoever, no emotional intelligence involved in this type of behavior. 40 days later, 40 days later, right? She said, in fact, you are important. The people who hate me are just as important as the people who love me. What a disrespect to the people that actually love you for your bullshit, right? Because God is turning all the hate, all the curses to my blessings. I pray that all the curses, all the attacks, all the insults you've laid on me will will return. I thought she was saying she was praying for them to you as blessings. Oh, as blessings will return to you as blessings, just as they've come to me as blessings. I love you all, and may God continue to bless every one of us. Thank you. On May 24, less than 2 months later, on May 24th, less than 2 months later, I said later, wahala, I zen to the mud. Let's see, Yul Edochie shares a video of Judy Austin's pregnant shoot. Okay. By the way, this is the son. That's Kambili right there. Yeah, Kambili is no longer here, sadly. Anyway, he went on May 24th to share this pregnancy video and these pictures. Less than 2 months later. Okay. Now, who am I to judge? We don't have any rules around it, but you best believe that the public is going to come for you if you do something like this, especially if you're a Yul Edochie. If you have any other expectations outside of that, that's unrealistic, and you deserve every dragging that comes with online. Okay. Yep. Let me see here. Don't forget, the devil also knew the Bible. Yes. Judy is a fallen angel. Wahala. Let's see. Both Watermelon and Yul Mongo Park bipolar Edochie are so sick. Does she look like a blessed person? The internet, yeah. You know what, Watermelon, you are right. You are right too. I agree with that, of course.
You're right.
Yeah. Now clap front, this one be. Oh, by the way, your self-proclaimed online husband Shay was looking for you the other day. Yeah, Shay was looking for Chidima. I know. She has his eyes on a few of you, by the way. Don't forget, the devil also knew the Bible. Yep. We talked about that already. Anyway, some people lack understanding. It's deep. All right, so on June 5th, I guess it's now over 2 months, right? Just 2 months now. There was another statement somewhere where he was talking about he's tired of the whole thing. No, actually, it wasn't the one that was saying he was tired of the whole thing. It was Judy Austin, who came out in a video saying she's tired of this whole thing, and then they started dropping a series of dramatic videos, trolling themselves, attracting more trolls, trolling his whole family, on and on and on and on. I dropped a few of those videos on this channel, and at some point I stopped because I'm like, okay, he's enjoying this way too much. I decided to refocus back on what we're doing. Life with Natu, how far are you there? Welcome. All right, so Edochie on June 30, shout out to all the Manitas, the APC Bishop Ekenes out there. Manita. We covered a story here some while back, Davido's alleged pregnancy and all that kind of stuff, and Yul decided that he wanted to say something about that, and he put out a few words here and there. He said, nobody holy pass. Now you holy pass. Nobody holy pass. He said, and I quote, nobody good pass. Nobody holy pass. Everybody just hide their own. They judge me since. Here's the issue. Like I said, I think I covered this already. everybody, at least they have enough shame to cover their own, you know. This issue is serious. You know, this issue is serious. Let me see. APC, just as I mentioned his name, he came out of nowhere. APC Bishop Baba Kukuru, you don't start. AB Kukuru, you know my height. Anyway, welcome though, APC Bishop Akene. Them no get sense. Wahala. They were broke, and that was only way they could get money, by cloud chasing. So they started dropping all those videos everywhere, you know. It was ridiculous. Shout out to all 114 of you watching me live right now. Make sure you always come back here. By the way, if you don't know, we cover relationships here from a power standpoint. We talk about self-power, social, emotional intelligence, seduction, and attraction. We agree that you know what you're doing, okay? But we also try to learn some lessons from all these different move that people are making. If people are moving mad, we call it ahead of time as much as we can. And so far, it's been about a little bit over 18 months. It's not yet 2 years. It'll be 2 years in October. We've done well. We've done very, very well. Okay, so these things are predictable. If you listen to me long enough, you'll be able to predict these things as well. Okay, so then I'm not a prophet. There are obvious things. You just have to know some principles about life. Eventually, you will see the patterns, and you can tell when somebody is going to end up in the quarter. Sadly, because of Kambili, this is not exactly funny. Okay, it's not funny. I don't find it funny. In fact, I'm pissed off, to be honest with you. Okay, because I think, unfortunately, life events happen to everyone. Okay, I do think life events happen to everyone in one shape, form, or the other. But the effect of it is and your loved ones, especially, like Chidema said earlier, the children, right, can be great. Like, let's have some decorum, right? Let's be careful, right? When you say I can do what I can do, I can do what I want to do, nobody can judge me, you're right. You're absolutely right. Nobody's gonna judge you in real time.
You're right.
I'm not gonna judge you. Okay, you have the right, but you also have all the right to all of the consequences. Okay, the consequences is not losing a son. The consequences is all of the dragging that, unfortunately, even the rest of the children will have to collect, and they will have to learn how to manage that in real life as they move through life, unfortunately, you know. So that's bringing us up to, I think we're up to speed now. We're up to speed, and I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to my Instagram page, and there's quite a few events that's been happening. Let me play this short video. Let me see. There might be a couple of videos here. What is this one? All right. So here's the report. For this is on. Shout out to Insider Hint. Truly, may now have the custody of the kids, as you could not provide. Let me just show this as I'm reading this to you, so you don't. Yeah, just listen to me, okay? Let me read it. Truly may now have the custody of the kids, as Yul could not provide much evidence of him paying their school fees, including his daughter. Those saying May is a full-time housewife who sits at home and do nothing, it's a lie. Oh, I didn't believe that too, but I still don't know, right? I just found out that May is an architect. Oh, wow. And she was the one who designed their mansion, which court granted her the ownership because she has the lion's share over the property. And she also owned a supermarket and boutique. As at few days ago, Yul called May several times, but she did not pick. So Yul had to call May's sister, who stays in New Jersey, seriously begging her to talk to May, that he need her back. So now everyone is confused. Okay, this was posted a day ago and edited a day ago, by the way. Okay, all allegedly. Okay. So now everyone is confused if Yul is allegedly be under spell, because today him go call for phone. They cry tomorrow. He will start posting. Voila. Also heard Yul's family trying to hold a meeting with May family members. Let me see here. At this point right now, let me just, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. Let's see. I said a few days ago, you called May several times. Okay. Also, May trying to hold a meeting. They're trying to hold a meeting in May with May family members by next month, just for her to come back to you. Those meetings are the worst ever. Okay. I'm telling you right now, gentlemen, especially you, those meetings would destroy your family further. Okay. Those family meetings, when you and your wife are going through something and they hold family meeting, the traditional mindset typically assumes that this meeting, at least she respects elders. The best she can do is respect those elders in real time, and then what she will do is hold resentment in, and you will still collect. Yeah, that's what will happen. Okay, so 3-4 months later, she will bring that issue back to the surface, and it will be worse. Okay. And it's a demonstration of how incompetent you are as a leader of a household. Go and look at every single one of them and come back and tell me. Okay. All right. So I also heard Yul's family trying to hold a meeting with May family members by next month. I've heard Baba Pete Edochie talk. He's that guy. He will probably try to hold a meeting. It doesn't work. It's a work against their family. Okay. Well, it's probably too late anyway, because I don't see her staying in that marriage. As usual, because this is not the first time Yul have been cheating on May, which both family ending up settling the matter. Always check status all the time. All right, so this is a continuity. What's this? Most people don't understand that people are not just angry he married a second wife. It's how we went about it. The fact that, it's not the second wife, it's how he went about it. Absolutely. All right, so let me go on this one. Let's see this. Let me bring that back. Hold on a second. All right, let's do that.
She's going through a lot. Even we, please.
Can you guys hear that?
Spreading false rumors. That I said before, the world will know when the divorce is true. The world will know what happened to Kambili. Okay. Thank you. So they shot Kambili friends.
This is funny.
Threatening the family because Kambili was not alone when he received a package.
All right. Something about Kambili was not alone. He received the package.
Who delivered the package to Kambili's school? It was a burger and a drink.
A burger and a drink.
Okay. He complained to the friend. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm feeling.
Received a burger and a drink in a package.
I don't know if you understand me. The friend, which Kambili friend, was fasting. If not, the boy would have still been a victim of what happened to Kambili. It's okay. Please don't try my Twitter. She's going through a lot. Even we, please. People should stop.
Shout out to the tattoo room, NG.
Rumors. I said before, the world will know.
All right, so that's one right there. The caption here says, May family member reviews how her son was deleted. According to the lady, Kambili was allegedly poisoned with a burger and drink delivered to him at his school. After eating the meal, he reportedly complained to his friend about how he was feeling. Okay, that's one right there. Let's see here. Some lady, some lady, this lady right here. I'm gonna come to her. She's funny. Okay. Her name is what? Nwachuku, Esther Nwachuku. Yeah, I'm gonna cover that in a second. But wait, Yvette says, Ola, it was said the person speaking is not May's sister or family member. Yeah, we're covered on that. Allegedly, we don't know. And to be so, this sounds like a conspiracy theory. Not sure about. Listen, the only thing I'm sure about is that son is no longer here. In fact, everything else I'm still doubting. Okay, I know they're separated. They're no longer together. Everything else is all fuzzy, you know, and we will never know, right? So, but I hear you, you know, especially these weird platforms. But let's go through it. Let's go through it. At least the lessons here also, if you're, especially if you're a public figure, or you have something that you care for, that you can get dragged in the muds for. There's always people willing to do anything to benefit from that. Unfortunately, you know. But this one is not allegedly. Let's listen to this one. Let me. In fact, before I do this, is this the same one?
I told you guys I'm coming back with the full voice over. Yes, most family, 80% of family today, now women, they carry the family. Most families now women. This lady, she's ready to expose everything that concerns me and her husband. You know, sometimes men will come outside and be claiming and be making you feel like they are doing well in their family. Most of them do not take they don't take care of their children. Most of them don't take responsibility. They run away from their responsibility. Forget all these things you see on social media. People wear clothes and come and be forming big man. Some of them, now their wife be the pillar. Some of them, it is their wife that is the one providing for the family. 80% of women are the ones responsible for their family. Most men don't even care. Most men do not care. What they care is to just go outside and knock. You understand? So, May's elder sister is still speaking. She's still talking. I want you to continue to listen to her voice. If this one ends, I will make another video for you to hear it very, very, very well.
What you are doing, you are a woman that knows, you feel the pain of what May is going through. I'm talking to you that owns this page. Keep on doing what you are doing. May needs your prayers, every woman prayers.
Exactly.
Because the love that you people are showing her is what is making her to live today. Don't allow anybody to come into your platform to judge me.
Nobody judge her.
Yeah, I know.
No one can do that.
The will pay for what she has done. It has caused so many women pain. It has caused so many men pain. They are going to pay one by one. Men, even you is still begging, as I'm talking to you now, is still begging me. So, are you begging me? This is the question.
There's so many blogs that pop out of nowhere and started telling all kind of unfounded, unverified Yul and me. When I see them, so I just laugh. I said, these ones, where are they coming from, right? So I can believe that this is probably some cooked up stuff, but who knows, right? Who did she talk to exactly? Why are they recording or showing it? Well, I guess the same way I'm reacting to it, right?
That is when your own has backfired. In fact, just continue to listen.
My family, are you begging me for me to be in a polygamy with you, which you know that where me is coming from is forbidden. Polygamy is forbidden where we are coming from. So why can't you let me go? May have given you Trudy. Let her go. Be with Trudy. I serve two masters at the time. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, we do.
It's not letting me go. And I'm saying it to the whole world to know that what killed Campbell was a poison.
All right, so we got the gist. Let's see.
Yes. I just want to be an animal because I'm a family member. I don't know if you understand.
All right, so we got the gist. We got the gist. Somebody filed for she filed for divorce. They're waiting to do the settlement. Was blah 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 whatever, right? If you're going through hell in your marriage, please come outside and speak up. Here's May's elder sister speak plus Campbell's autopsy. All right. This person said, I'm not leaving my husband for anybody, Sha, in as much as there is no domestic violence and financial abuse. Voila, let me see what's under there. There is it. Some partner will show someone pepper, eh? The best is to run. Our mental health is more important than marriage, I beg. Which abuse is worse than losing the child to the cold hands of Yeah. Other hand is busy gallivanting town with his GP tank. Someone like me who doesn't share in my partner's embarrassment will exit the relationship from the first day. All right, so let me do this. Let's see. All right, so this is Gist Lover posting this. Hold on, before I do this, let me come to. Yvette says, I do not agree at all what this woman is saying. Most men, well, yeah, she's generalizing. You must well tell us the kind of men you have around you that you're attracting when you talk like this. Just the same thing with tell to the man, right? If you generalize, you're telling on yourself, okay? You need to work on yourself so you can attract better people. It was said today, allegedly, that it was a concerned friend, no, not family. That person that was talking, oh, I'm sure, But yeah, the accurate detail, it doesn't matter anyway. Let's see. At the full custody of their kids and the also temporary custody of their Aja mansion wants you not to ever. So the same gist, basically, right? She got businesses she works on for her Instagram and she can't afford to go off. Okay, so here's some of the allegations coming out against you. It was also said that he wanted to prevent her from not go to Instagram. I don't believe that. Why? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why? What would be the reason? What's the motive, right? Why would he say she can't be on Instagram, right? Especially when he's always on Instagram with Judy with all these trolling videos, right? So that didn't really make sense to me. I would like to see some more, unless he's just absolutely a mad human being. But May and Yul are not divorced yet, but they are currently separated as the court is doing a follow-up on Yul to make sure he stays out of May's way. Yul, on the other side, is fighting tooth and nail with May. First, he told her not to return to Instagram. Say if she return, him dragging go start fully. His dragging will start fully. Say people will begin trolling him again. Oh, okay, if she returns. May refused, seeing that he can't control her. He called his popsy. But May insisted that she got businesses she works on Instagram and she can't afford to go off. She also said Yul and his new wife are back to Instagram. Why make she come off? Why she go off? Now the matter where they ground be that now. And they have been stressing May on top say court don't tell them to stay off. Even Zuma Rock Nyash and Igbeke Judy has been running from pillar to post, paying mushroom bloggers saying Yul married Judy because May cheated on him. Oh, interesting. Remember before them start the propaganda, I don't tell Una. Then they run kitty kata now. Okay, anyway, let me see here. All right, so this was the message that she posted some few days back. She said, words are not enough. So she broke silence for the first time. Okay. She broke silence for the first time. Let me see if I can find the actual post so I can see the actual date. May Edochie. Yeah, this whole story is sad. I mean, I think we can all agree to the fact that this story is sad. This was 7 days ago. So for the first time a week ago, since March, she made a statement and she posted this. She said, words are not enough. This is the actual page. Words are not enough to express our gratitude to you all in all these ordeals. We believe that this immeasurable loss is heaven's gain. Word. Let's see. When you lose a husband, you're called a widow. You lose a wife, a widower. You lose a father, fatherless. You lose a mother, motherless. You lose both parents, an orphan. You lose a sibling, forgotten mourner. Other than viloma, which means against a natural order, I cannot find an English word for losing a child. I do not think there's any deletion as intense and painful as losing one's child. We are still in inexpressible grief. However, I want you all to know that we are fine by God's special grace. Indeed, the uncertainty of tomorrow remains a mystery, and some occurrences are unforgettable, but we just have to find a way to live with them, no matter how painful and difficult they are. The incredible love and support from you all, my family, friends, and well-wishers around the globe through various means are unimaginable and unconditional. In recent times, we have experienced the most devastating and traumatic circumstances of life, but your prayers have kept us going. My friends and family have been a great pillar and helped me through the process in the most amazing ways. All the brands I represent have been kind and patient. That's good to know. Life left me in a state of resigning myself to fate with a meaningless and overwhelming feeling, but you, my amazing fans, stood by me even in my absence. This love is God's grace and can only be described as both the wonder and awe of serendipity. We truly appreciate and cannot thank you all enough, and sincerely hope that everything sums up into enabling us stand the tragic loss and panic. We only have God's blessings to offer in return, and pray that affliction will never rise in your homes. In Jesus' name. It is impossible to forget the child, so he'll always remain the second of my 4 adorable children. Continue to rest in the bosom of the Almighty, my sweet angel Kambili Nachuku, until we meet again. And you can see the love. When was the last time you see all kind of blue check marks under Yul Edochie's post? I'll wait. Because I see Rita Dominic here, I see AY Comedian here, I see Iyabo Ojo, I see Kate Enshaw, I see Obi Kubana, I see Tony Abraham, I see Alex Ekubo, I see Uriel Music Star, I see Nas Boy, I see Mabel Macron, that's AY's wife, Official T-Boss, Omar Wonder, I see all of them here. I'll be curious to see if, let me just check. I'm curious to see, because he made his own statement, and I'm sure his statement is still up there. Let's see. Okay. He's moved on. He has to work. He's a man, I guess. He might make a case that I have to work. I have to move on and just continue to work, right? Okay. This post right here. All right. So on the post, to be fair to him, he has at least 4. Right? Yabo Joe is the most common denominator here. Everybody else are not. Okay. Interesting. Let me see about this one. Okay, some more people are here. Okay. Well, here's the thing. He lost a child. But I'm just saying, it's not a competition. I see. Let me see who came into the studio. Somebody came into the studio. Oh, let me talk to this person. Let's see. Ekene ABC Bishop, talk to me. What's going on? Unmute your mic. Don't do that. You don't know how to operate a mic? Ekene APC Bishop. Can you click on mute? Unmute. Banned from the studio. No trolling. Sorry. Gone. Ekene APC Bishop came into the studio and refused to open their mic. It's always them. They don't know how to operate a mic. Jesus Christ. Wahala. Anyway, let's see. Don't try it again. That's the second time you tried it over the times. You won't be let in anyway. Okay. All right. So let's see here. I wanted to play this video. I want to play this one right here. Not this one. Where is it? Okay, this one. Let's listen to this. Share the tab instead. There you go.
The place you are living, do you know how another person is? The cane they use in flogging you in your former husband's house, do you know the cane they're going to use to flog you in your new husband's house?
Is she trolling?
Husband know this.
What do you think?
They will end up knocking her. Knock and knock and knock and knock. You guys are supporting her now. You guys might be giving her the word now. But time will come According to the report, they say court has granted May full custody of their children that she bore with you. Don't forget the fact that the daughter, when she want to get married, you will still be the one to be present as the father.
Wow.
She can have full custody of the children now, but don't forget that those children are still Edochie's. You, Edochie's. The place you are living, do you know how another person is? The cane they use in flogging you and your family will still go back to their father. They will still remember their father, irrespective of their father's error. You people are pushing her to leave her husband. You put, when I not forget, say that lady is an Igbo woman. Igbos have full tradition. Igbos have tradition. Social media has caused a lot. Social media has caused so many damages in the lives of marriages. And social media has blessed so many people. Social media is the root of all evil, and social media is the root of all good. You people are encouraging me. You people should not forget that May is an Igbo lady. You people should not forget that tradition is tradition. Seriously? You people will still go back to their father. They will still, May wants to divorce her husband. Oh my God. We are here. All of us are here. Future will tell. Now, they insult, what's her name, Regina Daniel that time. Now, old people, they go, they hyper now. They call her ma. The only crime Yul Edochie committed was because he got married to his second wife. You did not go and bring sickness to his wife. You did not go and bring gonorrhea to his wife. There was never a time you heard that you was beating his wife. All you people did was to belittle and disrespect and insult you at every given time, all because he owned up that he married a second wife, which he apologized to his wife. What else do you people want?
What else do you want?
People, when they hype May just saying I love her. May wants to divorce her husband. Oh my God. We are here. All of us are here. Future will tell. Now, they insult, what's her name, Regina Daniel that time. Now, old people, they go, they hyper now. They call her ma. The only crime Yul Edochie committed was because he got married to his second wife. You did not go and bring sickness to his wife. You did not go and bring gonorrhea to his wife. There was never a time you heard that you was beating his wife. All you people did was to belittle and disrespect and insult you at every given time, all because he owned up that he married a second wife, which he apologized to his wife. What else do you people want?
Not be juju be that.
Una will be social media people. Una they hype May just saying I love her. May wants to divorce her husband. Oh my God. We are here. All of us are here. Future will tell. Now, they insult, what's her name, Regina Daniel that time. Now, old people, they go, they hyper now. They call her ma. The only crime Yul Edochie committed was because he got married to his second wife. You did not go and bring sickness to his wife. You did not go and bring gonorrhea to his wife.
You be mumu.
There was never a time you heard that you was beating his wife. People can give her the word now. No wahala.
Is she about to cry?
No wahala. The video also lost a child.
She said no wahala.
And no talk. Some of you are complaining that he has been posting too much. He's not a content creator. Excuse me.
I heard
he's a content creator. He's an actor. Yes. You don't want him to post on his page anymore.
You went to increase.
You don't want him to make money anymore.
Size of the
he has become a content creator. Now hustling the hustle. Now hustle in the hustle to make more money
not true?
for himself and the children.
Wow.
Or you people don't want him to hustle.
Wow, wow.
Let him post from now.
All right, let me come to the comments. Listen. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. Where do we start from? Who tradition help? Commentator son. TV. I wonder what caliber of essays this one wrote in school. No clergy logic, just many words, big mouth. What rubbish tradition? What is she they vomit? I'm Igbo too. If I know they work, I know they work. So do you want me to buy? Are we for real? The kids of this generation no send you. When I sure say this foolish woman no be part of his side chick. Jesus Christ. Everyone has a right to give advice and express themselves on the internet. It is also your choice to decide who you want to listen to. The people who think like this lady will agree with her. I bet. And believe it or not, in fact, this lady is the reason why I said fear woman. Okay, her and Judy. Okay, her, Judy, Sarah Martins. Have you seen any man come out boldly and support him among actors, actresses? Right? No. Okay. It's not like they're not necessarily supporting him, but to come out and just with your full chest in public, it's not men's fault. It's not women's fault or men's fault. I'm just, I'm pointing something out here. It's just, the only thing I can take out of that is that it's not even about gender. Okay, mad people are just mad people. Period. Okay. That's the only thing I can take out of it. It's not even about gender at all. Right? I can joke around. We can say fear women, all that kind of stuff. It's not about gender. Mad people are mad people. Okay, and oftentimes both sides are needed. Okay, both sides are needed in order to create a full-on madness. Okay, so we don't get to blame one side at all. I can't believe what this lady is saying. May is not a second wife. How do you know he didn't bring gonorrhea? Is it because she didn't bring it to the public? Yeah, because May is not saying a lot. Something I would prefer the man is doing in the equation, right? May is not saying anything outside of well-written statements. Even when she found out online, allegedly, even when she lost her son, the only thing she said is well-clean statements, respectable, honorable, right? Everyone else has been trolling. Okay. Now, recently, the daughter came out and made some statement. I'll see if I can find that in a second. Which planet did this one drop from? I beg, take Koboko, come out this one, I beg. You're right. You're right.
Sorry, yo.
You're right. Let's remove that one from the screen. All right. So the daughter said, let me see. This is the daughter. That's the firstborn. Is the daughter. I've never felt, allegedly, I don't know where she wrote this. Okay, she posted it on Diana Dube. I can't wait to resume posting on YouTube. I've never felt so directionless or purposeless in my life. I don't know if that's really her. Somebody said, focus on your book. That's the direction your parents showed you already. What a stupid thing to say, dumbass. To Wakayade or death. This is more for her mental health. Go and help her to focus on her book. Somebody is traumatized and you are here acting so inhumane. Oh, Lord. Anyway, these people are trolls. A lot of trolls online, so let's not take that too seriously. Yeah. Anyway, if you want to call in right now, because I'm rounding up in about 15 minutes. If you want to call in right now. I'll be rounding up in about 15 minutes. All right. This has been awesome. I just wanted to catch up. I wanted to bring it to the table and catch up and say, hey, This wasn't the first time. We'll go and watch all the other in the series, all the other videos since when he announced. Okay, since when he announced, though. Okay, there's a couple of titles we have out there that he announced that he has a newborn, which was April 2022, right? At that time, it was obvious to me. Today is still the same thing. I'm going to show you a couple of the headlines that we had, and those headlines were given. Okay, those headlines were given in terms of the actual lessons and what we now know today. No, we don't need to be perfect. That's not the goal. Okay, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to create the best experience for you and your family. Creating the best experience for you and your family does not mean things will be perfect. Okay, it means at some point at the end of every 5 years you can look and can say, hey, I did well, or I learned something. Okay, that's the goal of that, right? Bad people also tend to come in the form of perfection. You didn't know that, right? Bad people also show up in the form of holier than thou, just in case you don't know. And they believe they are holier than everyone else. That's even the worst part about it. They actually believe it. Okay? Let's see. Yes, I think it forces you to use Google accounts. I think it does. Yes, it's always done that though. So you need to have a Gmail account or something like that at least. That's for security purposes, because a lot of trolls are moving mad with this online security thing. Let's see. That we didn't hear those things don't mean they didn't happen. There's so many things we don't know that happened in that relationship, including potentially their marriage has not been in a good place for a long time. Actually, I think that is a thing. They come out, they show, they come to the event, red carpet once in a while, but I don't think their marriage was in a good place for a long time. Okay, so I don't think a Judy is able to come into your world, into your marriage, unless there is some kind of crack in the walls. Okay, now he could create the crack itself, and I don't think it's just because Yul is a bad person. I think Yul is a guy who is slow, right, in terms of how the world works at large. He's a guy who is not very sure of himself. He wants to be pastor today, wants to be president tomorrow. He's good at acting. Okay, and that's about it. Okay, even the father, he said he's good at being a father. I'm questioning that, because you can't drag your children through this internet streets and call yourself a good father. Good husband, his result speaks otherwise. It's otherwise. Let me see. Natu, I'm coming right to you. Let's see. IQ in the single digits, and it is in the doubles. There's a decimal point. Hey, see collection. Jesus. Let's see. She thinks marriage or relationship is all about sex. Yeah. Hello, Joy. How you doing? Let her go and marry him, spokeswoman. How does she know he didn't give May affection? Was she in their home? See how conspiracy theories happen. No logic. Birds of same feather flock together. They are indeed mad. Yeah. Oh yes, Ola, the daughter's statement. I hope she's getting counseling, and the other children. I hope so too. See, StreamYard is forcing to only connect as YouTube or Facebook. It's only allowed me to connect the way I used to. Yeah, I never changed it. I think they're forcing it now. I never really changed that setting. So you might want to use your Gmail or create one on the fly. She is just dancing around circles and talking nonsense. Marriage and relationships are not all about Kiriwa. Let's see. I too do not believe the. Let me just see something. I too do not believe the marriage was perfect. There have been cracks and protected, not shown on outside. Exactly. Yep. Let me bring my sister to the stage here. Hello, Natu. How far?
Yeah, Pograno. Hi.
How you doing? How's your weekend going?
Good. I just woke up from sleep.
You just woke up from sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to be like you. When I grow up. Yes, so we caught up today with some of this stuff since April 20 something, 2022. This guy has been dragging his family through the mud. And what do you think? What are your thoughts right now
You know,
today?
this whole dragging, right? Usually it's women that do that. So I find it disgusting that it's a man that is doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how petty can you be? And I also want to believe that some of the things that are posted on your social media, especially his Facebook, is Judy that is doing it, not him. Even the pregnancy baby shoot or whatever, I want to believe she did it. Because at some point, like, we started realizing that she had access to it and she was posting all the pictures. And I don't think she herself understands what being in polygamy means. Do you understand?
Right.
Because you can't just come in and want to take over, it will backfire on you.
You're talking about Judy now, right?
Yes.
Right.
Because you have to respect the one that is before you, like your senior wife. And in situations like this happen, it's not something that any parents praise for their own child. So you have to like sympathize with your co-wife too, and be careful of the things that you do that will rub her off the wrong way. You understand what I'm saying? But at
Right.
some point, like, all of a sudden she became insensitive. Like, I don't think even the boy passed on was even up to 40 days that she started doing all of those her shenanigans.
No, it
Do you
wasn't up to
understand?
40 days.
Yeah.
It was less than 60 days, Sha.
Yeah, so
Maybe
it
not
wasn't
50.
adding up. So, but even my own people that like religion permits them to marry four wives, like, except the ones that are crazy, that want to just prove muscle. But anyone that comes in knows who the senior wife is, knows her position. We used to have a neighbor that has two wives, right? Anytime the man is going out with all of them, the second wife will just go and sit at the back. He doesn't even struggle for it. There was one time that the husband wanted to take them to Hajj, and he was like, okay, he called them for a meeting. He was like, okay, he wants to go to Hajj, but he has only money for two people. So three of them cannot go. So maybe he goes with one of them, or he'll just pay for the two of them to go. If God give him money, then he'll go. It was the second wife that suggested that no, since the senior wife is the senior, him and the senior wife should go. If God blesses him again, then he and her will go. Do you know that the next year the man had to pay for the senior wife to go with him? Just because of that sacrifice that she makes. That's understanding your place. So if you're choosing to come as a second wife, you have to know what you're coming into. You're not the first.
Yeah.
You have your own place. You have to respect yourself so that you also get that respect.
Yeah.
But you see all this initial gra like one where they put salt for. You know they pay.
Yeah.
They pay, and all of this that she's doing, she'll be the one that she will regret it. She's feeling like she has the man now. She's getting his attention on her watch.
Yeah.
On her watch, because that 18 years of marriage, like, do you understand what investment that is? Do you even understand what that investment that is? If there's no marriage that is smooth, do you understand?
Right.
Like, it's obvious now that there were cracks, and even him now, he will understand all the times that he's having issues with me. Has he ever come to social media or do anything that the world will know something's going on between him and her? No. But this one now, every small thing, social media go collect. Every small thing, social media go collect. Okay, I understand that you're trying to create content. There are different ways to create content. You don't have to be insensitive to create content. Because
Right.
let me tell you, the internet does not forget.
Ever.
And this internet, it no get shame. The shame where internet no get, even shame, they wear. So if they misbehave, you could just collect. Like, you remember one guy that one skit maker in Nigeria that did a video, I think, with some young girls. I don't even know what the whole thing was about. That guy got in trouble. You understand? He got in trouble. Now, God forbid, if anything happened to our own child, will she do the same thing? I had an uncle that got married to 3 women, right? He's a Christian, he's a chief.
Okay.
He got married to 3 wives. 2 of them are from my side. One of them is from the south.
Before he became Christian or after he became Christian?
After he became king, he has always been a Christian.
Okay, so he's had to have 3 wives. Okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
he's a self-acclaimed polygamist. But he did his own well. He did not allow the wives to gossip each other to him. If the second wife comes to gossip the first wife, he will let you guys, when you're sitting down, all of you, you're not saying, hey, not to come on. What did you say Lola did yesterday? And then I'll be looking at him like, that was between me and you. Say, no, say it now. What Lola said. So the women stop gossiping each other to him.
Right.
Because he will boast their
Instead of
problems.
no pillow talks.
Exactly.
Can you set rules of no pillow talk if you have a
Yes.
second, third wife? Can you do that, or
Let me
you're just going to do in Yoruba? In Yoruba, we have the ayo, who is the favorite wife. Are you going to have
now,
favorites?
now he has favorites, but let me tell you, you cannot see it outside. That's all I have to say. And
Right.
then his children, like that, we used to call the house Unity House because in our own clan, even people that have single wife don't have the kind of unity those people have in their house. So
Yeah.
the third wife that now came, the woman was not too comfortable because she thought she was gonna come and be in charge, all this ground fine and yellow
See,
clinical.
the thing with the favorite. Let me tell you something about favorite. You just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can even try to, like, okay, I have favorite, but we won't tell public. But
Yes.
the idea that you're a favorite is not as sweet if the public doesn't know that I'm the favorite.
Well, let me tell you, that my uncle is a gangster.
Uh-huh.
He's a gangster. I'm sure telling you. The other wife cannot be doing shoulder and be showing that she's better than the other one. He will clip it for you. She will clip
Yeah.
it down.
Right.
So the third wife now went to just the guy, and then the guy, the thing backfired on her, and she cried. No joke. This is
Oh
my
wow.
family. Yeah, it backfired on her, and
That's
she
an
cried.
interesting story.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and she cried because when the thing backfired on her, she wanted to run away to her own village, so that if she pie, she's gonna pie there. Then her son now saw her packing her bags. And I said, "Mommy, where are we going?" She said, "We are going back to our village." She said, "I don't want to follow you. I want to tell my daddy and my brothers." He now went to tell the one that went to tell the dad that Mommy is packing our load. She said, "We are going to our village." So, but do you understand? That is somebody that is a polygamist. Look at how he has been able to manage his house. You understand? And then the kids, every kid from one wife has a best friend in the other wife's room.
Of course
Like,
now, because kids are
yes,
kids.
yes. So, like, that was how, like, they roll. So, like, if Judy doesn't know, she needs to go to school where they teach polygamy so that they will educate her. Like, she needs some polygamy social intelligence to be taught to her so that she will understand that all this initial gra now she will come back by too. He will
Hold
come
on,
back
hold
and
on,
bite.
hold on, right quick. So I have my other sister here, Chinye. So Natu said she doesn't think that Yul was the one posting. So even if Judy was the one posting all this thing, why is this is a professional page? It's an actor's well known, millions of fans. Why would he be standing on the by side, look, not saying anything about that? Chinye, go for it.
To
How
be
you doing?
honest with, I'm good. Good evening, everyone. So to be honest with you,
No, wait. You remember me today, and then you just want to slide over it. Well done, though. Clap for yourself. Yeah, continue.
Don't do that to my team.
don't mind her. So I'm over here hustling. I just finished mopping the floor. I was like doing it quickly before you called me.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so um, you know, I do partly agree with what Natsu was saying. Like the very first video when she came and she was thanking her God who only loves only her in the whole entire universe. I felt like she posted that, but at the same time, um, her man, who used to be Odogu but is now Odiogu, approved it.
What's Odiego?
Odiogu is like saying, "Now, wow," something like that.
Oh, okay, but Odogu is what?
Odogu is, Odogu is like a strong man who's strong, kakaraka.
A strong man. Odiego is like, now, wow, interesting. Okay.
She is not a
You
nice
went from
person.
you went from Odogu to Odiogu. My Igbo people,
Like, oh, Gao.
if I didn't explain it very well, make una help me. so, so anyway, so even if it's Judy that is posting it, he's still agreeing with it. It's just on page, so it's okay with him that it's posted because he has access to that page as well. So to me, they're both in cohort. What is it, cahoots? With
Cahoots. Yeah.
the whole arrangement.
Right.
Yeah, so I want to address that so-called Igbo trick that we're just fine for nothing. That was talking all this garbage.
Oh, the other auntie.
Right. This is not the first time in the Igbo land, even during the times of my grandparents, because my dad has stories of this woman was married, it didn't work out well, even back then. So, talking of now, situations happen, things happen.
Right.
You all went about it the worst way possible, with no respect for me in any way, shape, or form. And May is not in agreement with it. So her saying, "Oh, you came and apologized. What else can you do?" His apology is not an apology.
It's
He just
terrible.
came at Miss Yan. After Miss Yan, he went back inside. Is that an apology? Okay, you're apologizing for what? And then after your apology, then what? Because apology is somebody who shows remorse and somebody who is going to undo whatever it is that they did. So how is that an apology? You didn't apologize. You just said I'm sorry that for marrying a second wife. It's okay, finish. And
Yeah.
so you telling the world, oh, at the end of the day, we'll see what will happen. Children don't forget their father. Listen, this generation, don't send your papa, don't send your grandfather, don't send your mama. If you don't show those children love, maybe you try to like, if after everything he tries to regain do relationship with them,
Right.
which will still be difficult because I know they're gonna be feeling hurt like, Dad, you brought this upon our family. Dad, you caused our family to shatter in pieces. Dad,
Right.
like you keep shaming us on social media. Like this person who's yarning this dust completely forgot all the atrocities that this monkey is committing. Like on a constant basis, he continues to embarrass those children. And May has even come out and said, "Look, please stop posting these things. You are hurting
Right.
our
There was a
children.
time she did that. She
You are
said
hurting our
stop.
children because out in the social media streets, like you don't know like how the other kids are cruel. You don't know how these other kids are mocking them. How you're making things difficult for them by doing those things that you're doing. Please stop." But he never stopped. So does he? When people are saying all these things, they're not even thinking about the children. Oh, he just married his second wife. Like it's not a whole human being with a whole situation with a whole baggage that he brought inside the house. Like basically, he went and brought a wood full of termites. And you brought it inside the house to come and eat up the house. No, I don't want to be here and be eaten by termites. Take your termites, your wood and your termites, take it out there and be by yourself so I can have my mental health in order. Like
Yeah.
you came and you brought all this chaos to my existence, and I've been dealing with your BS for years because someone who did this with his food shelf. This is not the first. Like he's been philandering, doing all this kind of thing, and this chick who's talking all this smack. Judy's not the type who comes out and exposes things. Do you know how many times he has brought STD to her? Thank God they're probably curable ones or whatever, right? You know how many times that has happened? Like, guess what? If she even comes out and says, they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, but you're not the first person that the husband brought the STD to." And so what? Like, you always have something
You also,
negative to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
It's so shameful that anyone would have the audacity to say anything negative towards me. But there's so many of those people that agree with Julie's lifestyle that come from me,
Yeah.
and it's just really sickening. It just says the kind of mindset you are. But guess what? Those people, like there's this saying in my language, basically, an armed robber hates it, despises it when you rob him. Those people will not. They'll do all kinds of shenanigans. If something like this was to happen to them, they might not leave their home, but things will be happening.
Right, right. Like it's not necessarily a good thing
That
to
man might
stay.
even buy. Things will be happening.
Yeah.
So in the process, like they're there running their mouths, blah blah blah. Like this is like emotional, psychological, mental torture. Nobody wants to be in that kind of chaos. And boy is not doing anything to make things happen. So I'm out the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically that.
Awesome, awesome. Not to give me. We're gonna round up early today in about 10 minutes. So, give me your last word on this topic, because I wanted to leave it at a very shoki. I think these lessons are right in our faces. We've been covering it for a few months, so actually for the whole time. So, Natu, what do you have to say as your last word?
You know, I'm going to say we just all need to be careful where we dip our hands at. Because there are times that you might dip your hands and might come out clean, and there are times that the stain will not come out. Do you know this Hausa, this thing that they used to henna, that they used to do the hand with? All those hands decoration, henna, that Indian people used to.
That they draw a tattoo.
Yeah. Yes. So we call it lele. So lele originally, even if you don't put it on your hand to design, if you go and put your hand where lele is, it's going to be yellow. And it's not going to come out that day. It's going to take you weeks to come out.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you don't know where you're dipping your hands in, you have to study before you go in. Because I want to believe, like in the beginning, you was thinking this one is chop clean mouth. And then he get hooked in it. And now he can't even control the whole narrative. And sometimes too, another thing that we have to learn boundaries. Sometimes when you let people do some stuff, it's going to be hard for you to be able to control it later, because you're giving them so much access, and now you can't even like control the narrative anymore. Everybody has like something to say.
Right.
Just like I was saying that she probably has access to social media doing all those postings. And as she and her friend, I was like, yeah, he knows and he's giving her that audience. That's why she's doing it. I agree 100%. If he did not, she's not going to be able to do it. If he says, stop saying anything about my ex-wife, stop saying anything about my chick, you can't do that. One of my aunties used to have a boss in Nigeria that was an Igbo man. And his first wife had 7 kids, all girls. And he wanted boys, right? So the condition of marrying the second wife was to tell her that any day she disrespects the first wife, she's leaving. That's one of her conditions. And she did give the guy 2 boys. But sometimes she gets upset and she tells my auntie, why did I, every time he's talking blah, 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 he say his wife, his wife, his wife, his wife. The man told her, he said, this money that you're enjoying is because of my wife. She's the backbone, like she's the one that supported me to get to where I am today. So if she just, the day she complained and she said, you did fine, madam, it's off for you. You understand? So that guy has set boundaries. We need to set boundaries, not even like in marriage, just in like relationships, but like everything in life. Because like you have to like discern what you give access to. Beauty is not a good energy, honestly speaking. Like, look at all the shit she's doing on social media. Like, sis, like, borrow yourself some sense. Do you understand? And then all these bloggers are trying to get popular and be chasing clout. This one acting like one Davido's baby mama.
People are creating stories out of thin air.
Yeah. So people just gotta be careful. Especially, remember when it happened when you were saying that you was like you didn't want to do the story because it was involving a child that cried.
Right.
Like I could understand everything you were saying from a father's standpoint. Do you understand? Like that's a parent's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So if you have kids and you want to love another person's child, like something is wrong with you. It's either your village people are playing 10-10 with your brain, or you didn't even have one.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So the only thing I would say here is we all need to learn. We all need to be careful. We all need to like apply empathy in things that we do in life, because this shit going on can be you tomorrow. It can be me. It can be anyone. So you don't want to laugh at people. Be careful where you put your hand. I'm telling you, the things might take forever to get out of your hand. And don't say you're not one. So
there are people creating story out of thin air with this stuff, and they do night video on top of it, claiming they're praying for me. I saw that. I'm like, whoa! Like, to what extent? Jesus Christ!
Let me tell you something. Negative stories too. If you want to create stories, create positive stories. God bless Auntie B. Like every time after her this thing show, she will ask, okay, so what are the lessons?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that that's one thing that I've learned from her. And you, like everything, like, okay, what are the lessons that we're picking up from here? This is what we're picking up. This is what we're picking up. So now that we are picking up lessons, up to you. Is either you apply or you turn on your coconut head and do the same thing again, and you collect.
Yeah. You know, I thank you so much, Natu. Thank you. I always appreciate you. Tomorrow, we're back here tomorrow. The wife is going to be here tomorrow, so don't miss it.
Yay!
Chi, let me get your last word. Is some more? Your connection is bad. Maybe you want to try to drop out. I don't actually the time we run out of time, but try to see if you can drop out and drop back in the game. Your connection is bad. Chia, let me get your last word.
Well, what I would say is that this life, uh, when it brings us lemons, we should try to turn them into lemonade. You know, my prayer goes to me. Um, like, I can't even imagine having to go through what she's going through. You know, not just her family breaking apart, but losing her son in doing the same process, and trolls coming with their wild and doing all kinds of things. But I believe that she will continue to thrive forward, move forward. And if there's anyone that is like wishing her bad, that bad will happen to them because she did not bring this upon her family, you know, and she has handled everything with nothing but grace. I mean, the grace that she's handled things with needs to be. Somebody said it needs to be studied in a university. I mean, it's the whole emotional and social intelligence. Like, you know, some people might feel like she's too docile or quiet or whatever, but it's what I'm learning is she's not trying to give her power to anybody. She is the only person in this dealing with the things herself. She is evaluating things. She is strategizing, and you know she's the only one that actually knows exactly what's going on. So, you know, there's a possibility that she was probably hoping that things would go back to normal, that Yul would behave accordingly and do what he's supposed to do. But when she sees that, okay, I'm being forced to be called wife number one, and this is not what I signed up for, and it's just messing me up mentally. Deuces. So, just you know, just we the passersby or bystanders or whatever, just extract whatever lessons that we need to extract from this, and let it not just be a story or entertainment, but let it be some lesson extractions because what she's going through can happen to anybody.
It can happen to anybody, exactly. And I want us to be clear about that. Even the child, unfortunate situation of the child, right? It can happen to anybody because people are linking it. They're saying, oh, because you cheated, you're like, no, this happens to people. They're like, stop it. That's not the lesson you should be extracting from that, you know. But yeah, thank you so much, Chi. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right.
Take care.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Don't disappoint her and say, oh, she has a headache, she can't make it.
You said what?
As the major wife she comes tomorrow, don't tell us she has a headache and she can't make it.
No. I always make sure of that. Don't worry. We're going to be here tomorrow. All right.
Our love
God's grace. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun topic. We're still talking about Kiki Palmer too, so
Are there some new updates on that?
No, there are lessons for women. We didn't cover the lessons for women yet. Look at that. I do what I want. See that on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hobinrin. So we're gonna do a lot of Hobinrin tomorrow.
What you want.
I'll do what I want. No one can tell me what to do. So I'm bringing the lady to come and tell her now. I know if you tell her now. What tell her now. Don't worry, it's gonna be fun as usual.
Of course, it's always fun.
Yep.
Always fun. I love the dancers.
You like the what?
I love the dancing.
The what?
When you guys dancing back and forth, I love it.
Oh, we were dancing?
Oh,
the banters. Yeah, you sound more for a little bit. The banters. Yeah. Me too. I love it. I love doing it with her. I like pulling her legs. All right. We'll talk soon, okay? We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right, yeah. So tomorrow, definitely, Isamo tried to come in, but the audio is not connecting. Something is wrong with that. So tomorrow, we're going to be, my wife is going to be here with me tomorrow, hanging out with me. We're going to be talking about I do what I want. right? Kiki Palmer. So we're gonna talk about that. It's gonna be 2 hours. I'm trying to limit it to 2 hours now, so that you guys can go back as usual and spend. And we're only 5 o'clock. If I can't make it 5, I can't make it 5. We will run premieres and stuff like that. So make sure you're always here at 5. I will always have content for you anyway. All right. Tomorrow na keke na pep. Voila. It's gonna be fun. Kiki, a gift that keeps on giving. Yes, we have some lessons. We're gonna be going through some of the lessons for you ladies tomorrow. So she has some stuff she wanted to share with you all, and we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Yes, what did we learn today? I like this one here. Key says, a partner that I cannot pillow talk with is unfathomable. Who will I just with? See, not to drop that really, really quickly right there. You know, thank you, Isama. I appreciate you. I wish you could connect, but let's come tomorrow and connect on time, okay? You know, a partner that I can't pillow talk with, because she not to drop that really quickly, and there was some real life lessons in that, right? The idea of polygamy is that you know what you're doing. Most men in the modern times, they don't have the resources to manage a polygamy family, okay? There's nothing wrong with polygamy as a practice. It's about, do you have the resources? Is this atmosphere conducive for it? Are you built for it? If your parents were not a polygamist, there's a chance that you won't be a polygamist, okay? You won't be a good one, okay? You will fail at it, okay? And she said something really quickly there. She said, you know, we talk about the favorite. There's always favorite, right? In life, in nature, there will be favorite. The only thing you can do is be aware of it and not show up that you have a favorite, even among your kids, right? And especially wives, there will be favorites, right? And she said something very quick. She said, yeah, but you know, the uncle is a gangster. He doesn't show it. And the thing is that the sweet part about being the favorite is that you either can show it off, or the person who makes you a favorite can show it off. It brings a sense of significance, validation, right? And there's a craving for it, right? And even the other wives are fighting for it at any point in time when you find yourself in this situation. And it's funny that Keepers said, a partner that I cannot pillow, because now you can't take that issue back and pillow talk. Like she made the example that you can't gossip about each other to him, and that takes away from the sweetness of bad habits in that situation, right? There's a feeling that you get from being able to gossip and pillow talk with your husband about that other person. And some men enjoy that. They enjoy pillow talk and they lose themselves in that process. But that's some of the roots of the issues that polygamy comes with, right? The fact that you know, maybe the Kwekus was too good that one night. You start doing pillow talking, before you know it, she goes back while they were in town somewhere. She's like, that's why you did it. Like, how did you know that? The only one person I told is our husband. Oh, he told you, right? And then you have jealousy, you have envy, you have all kind of craziness. You have people visiting ritualist houses and wali prophet houses to try to destroy each other. It's just, why would you want to do that to yourself, right? Could make sense. Why? Because somebody told you can have 2 women. In reality, you have one at a time. Even if you have 3 women in your house, right? It's like what I'm sitting on right now. I can only sit on 1 seat at a time. I have only 1 butt. I can only sit on 1 chair at a time. You deserve soft life too. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Even if you impregnate a person, okay, you can take care of your responsibility without shortening your own lifespan and dragging your family through unnecessary muds. It won't be the first or the last time somebody will impregnate somebody. It's not about crisis not happening. It's about how you react to crisis. Okay? So polygamy is something that you shouldn't play with. Don't play with fire. And like Natu said, if you put your hands in certain jars, you might not be able to pull it out. Okay? Or you might pull it out with your hands chopped off inside. Either way you want to look at it. I'm not discouraging you. I'm saying make sure you have the right resources before you engage any type of fantasized ideologies like polygamy. Okay, there's a lot of young people also talking about polyamory. Oh, y'all could knock yourself out. Do what you gotta do, but please also understand there are consequences to engaging in practices that you know nothing about. Yes, there are. There's going to be blind spots that you don't see, that you don't know, and there's nothing wrong with trying it if you think you should try it. There's just consequences for it. Okay. All right, so I want to leave you at that really quickly. Let me round up. Oh, yeah, so tomorrow, definitely we're going to be talking about Do What I Want for the ladies. Kiki Palmer will continue that conversation, but my wife will be here having that conversation with me. All right, and also, let's see, on Monday, Markins is still going to be here. We're going to talk about how to own him, how to make him yours, right? We're going to talk about that on Monday as well. And that's the thumbnail. So look out for that on Monday. Same time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time. Okay. And if you want to see where we've been coming, if you think, listen, we predicted this. Sadly, we didn't know it was going to show up like this. The way the story has been playing out, I don't like it personally. But we have tons of, so this is the one we're covering right now. Okay. But we've covered this heavily. Okay. This, you can go watch the other stories since we've been covering since beginning. Not this one, actually, this one. Here you go. Since the Sarah Martin's take, this was 6 months ago. This is when May said, "Shut the f up," like Zuka Nuike, rest, Yul. No, it was Yul that told her to rest. We covered that as far back as then. We've been covering even when the father allegedly, he insisted he wants a second wife. There was a time we celebrated 53 years of all of this stuff. We covered Yul Edochie's story, right? Including another one where we talked about is it rock bottom, right? Go watch all of them. They have very good stuff. There's tons of good lessons in them. Okay, tons and tons of good lessons. So don't forget, you can get the book for free. By the time you wake up tomorrow, I don't think you will have access to the bootcamp for free. I'm sorry. The free access to the bootcamp is going away. Sorry. But the book is free. Okay, you can get the book for free, loveandprestige.com. 175 pages of my story, my wife and myself story written by us. And so in case you're wondering where all of this stuff is coming from, they're coming from experience. Okay. Where you can capture all of that in there. Toby and Tribe says, in the olden age, polygamy was also used as a poverty alleviation scheme. Younger girls from poor backgrounds were given to older men to relieve their parents from the burden of looking after them. Yep. They weren't used to cover up adultery. They did too, but it always backfired too. Okay, even in this, polygamy still cause issues. Yes, looking forward to the beautiful Lola tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, so that's all I have for you today. All right, I appreciate you. I wanted to finish before I talk about super chat. We didn't have any today, but I always make sure I deliver value before I talk about it. So please make sure on your way out or when you're watching replay, there's always a $sign. You can support anything. Nothing is too small. Okay, it helps us. Okay, it helps us continue to grow the platform. So I appreciate any one of that, and I appreciate all of our sponsors, all our members. Membership is open. We have Chiri Omwaka, we have Life with Natu, we have Adesua Odirin, which I had no idea when he or she joined. Film Girl, of course, Open Floor by Tima, Shil Mama, Gorex Corner, D Love 3000. This is the sponsors of the channel. So I appreciate you all. And I appreciate all of you that come here every time to come make the conversation even better. All right. Hopefully, you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one tomorrow evening. Wait. That was kind of quick. Wait. Latu. All right, let's dance really quickly before we leave. Let's just dance more before we leave. right, so it was what 10 minutes overtime. Thank you so much, Latu. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.